So come on, 7%. And come on, usable diplomat. Water shortage is good, but he's already at 28%. Dang. That gives him a good amount of war score. Hopefully not good enough, but we'll see what happens when I have this. Just hire some Marines, sure. Oh, that's quite nice. They took that off of the rebels for me. Ugh. They finally lose Mehmet, and we end up with another militarist. Thankfully, he doesn't have the stats that Mehmed did, but he still has it where it counts. I hope I get enough for occupying this. Might not be enough to get the full war demands that I have, especially since he still has his army intact. I really shouldn't be having all of my army here. I'm just drinking attrition that I don't need. It's something I'd be quick to criticize others over. I don't want to pay for this though. Let's get rid of that. Good grief, that does not want to go. Alright, let's improve relations with Moldavia at the turn of the month at least. That royal marriage isn't too far away, but if I integrate Circassia, I'm going to hurt badly when it comes to my diplomatic reputation. Ottomans are gunning down Karaman again. That means another war with the Mamluks, which is... Oh wait, no it does not. Karaman are alone? No, yes, no, yes. Damn, completely alone. Sucks to be Karaman. Sucks to be me when I can't capture a single Romanian village. And they're getting all these occupations on me, which does hurt because relatively I have very few... Well, it's just causing war exhaustion. Crimean truce is over. I want to make short work of them, but they managed to get an alliance with Nagai, which blows for me. Especially since the two of them might come together and cleave me apart. Alright, well, I took you down and I have great war score, but not enough to take everything that I want here. In fact, I can't fully annex Serbia if I wanted to. This is something I could do, though. It just depends on how keen I am on continuing to torch these guys. Village, how dare you talk about the Romanian capital like that? Hey, once I'm done with it, I'm going to turn the whole city into kind of a town. I'm torn on this. It's a bit of an investment to hunt down a fairly large army like that when I have these guys ravaged. Capitals are expensive. I could leave the cap. That still keeps Hungary kind of grateful. It significantly weakens Serbia. They're still on Ottoman's borders, sadly, so I won't get a second shot at them easily. That village has more dev than your highest dev state. Factually correct. I don't want to hear your facts. Right, it is not worth it combing down all those guys. Not for a stinky Serbian province like this. This is an alright trade. I would get rid of that fort though. There's no, I can't really afford it. I could keep Raska. No, that's just causing me more problems down the line. Let's consider areas here. I think saying I have to take all this Serbian land, but more land for me is definitely better land for me. No, I didn't do more Empire Rise of the Middle Kingdom facing Sogler, despite people's protests that I definitely should. Well, I say people. I don't like this, but I am not in a position to fully annex you. There's an alternative thought that is I separate piece Wallachia and I fully take over Serbia, but I'd have to give some Serbian land to Hungary, and Hungary have contributed quite a lot in the war, but they only want one. They want no provinces. I can't remember if that bug was fixed or not. Dang. If it's only Serbians, then it's less to worry about. Damn. This might be for the better, though. Yeah, it's not worth the further tiring out, especially if Hungary. I need to keep him as an ally. Okay, I'll go with that. I don't like leaving Serbia alive, but my options are few and far between right now. At least they'll have a significantly lower army at the end of this. And the province they're left with is a bit gash. Also, goodbye this fort. Let's get our cores made. Especially Kosovo. Oh heavens, yes, I'm tempted to reduce autonomy. But I might be able to avoid Serbian rebels altogether, especially if I get my army back here. I wanted to send my army over here and deal with Crimea, but Crimea had this great idea to ally Nagai, and it was a great idea. It's going to be hard, but I'm going to try to get that Moldavian alliance. I would quite like the Muscovites back, all things considered. They are beating up Sweden and Denmark. But how are they looking on the loans front? Muscovy have 5 loans. I can get a better number on that. They are in 1,300 ducats of debt. Because they hate me, they would defend. They'd defend Moldavia. If they didn't hate me, they wouldn't, which is quite funny to me. Regardless, I'm going to improve relations with Moldavia to replace Wallachia as a friend. And we shall ensure that we don't... Oh, worker died after a long and successful military career. I've lost my access through Poland. Come to think of it, I've been paying through the nose for access when I haven't really needed it. Especially not through Lithuania, so I should definitely cancel that as well. Base tax in Kyzyl something something. Manpower in Kyzyl something something. This province right here, you say? Montenegro does not have a seafaring culture. We nevertheless take pride in our short strip of land that can provides us with access to the sea. Sure. I'm not really convinced. Just give me some Diplo. Told you, Jake, build boats. Jings, I got a lot of things coming in. Age objectives. I still didn't want to take justified wars for what was ultimately a justified war there. The aggressive expansion I got from it was trivial, and it really only affected Orthodox states. Like, I mean, Austria only got 14 there. That'll dribble away in no time. I'd still rather have it, you know, have the choice of what I want if it comes down to it. And if that means I end up completely wasting it, then I completely waste it. What you gonna do? What do you think about removing that Ottoman border with Serbia and leaving 2 innermost provinces on the border? Might not have kept the Hungarians happy, and make a bit bigger Ottoman border is a terrible border. Not really sure what you're getting at there, Galeribus. Muscovy's king is still alive. This is a guy from 78, he's only 41. Well, you think all Russians look the same? You might have used the fort for devastation reduction. Nah, wasn't worth it. This area is being reduced by Zita's fort, and these 2 provinces are bleh. That said, since I just took these, it might be an idea to slam down the clergy immediately to start making more of that dosh. Keep the clergy happy, and finally some religious unity. I should make another claim on Serbia, but I want to get Moldavia as a friend first. So let's keep improving relations until we can get that marriage. Hopefully I can get the marriage before this happens, because when you get integrated, which is only a couple of years away, I'm going to lose all of my diplomatic thingamajigger. Now, Hungary is a great ally for me to maintain. They have very strong alliances with Aragon and Austria, and France has been shown to be completely inept. So they're not under any particular risk of attack by anyone other than the Ottomans. And if the Ottomans attack them, then the Ottomans are going to be biting off a whole load of Austria as well. Now, you saw how well Hungary and Wallachia took on the Ottomans. Imagine throwing in Aragon and Austria and even Ferrara into the mix. No, sorry Ferrara, that's a Siena. And there might not be a Siena for much longer. I meant letting the Serbs keep something but taking their... Oh, so you mean I completely landlock Serbia? Doesn't really make any odds. They're guaranteed by Ottomans whether they're bordering them or not. The idea might be if they're not bordering them, they'll lift the guarantee, but people have been known to do distant guarantees regardless, so it would not have saved my bacon. I don't want to take that idea because military tech 9 is so important. I need to be sure that I'm ready to pounce on it. The Ottomans are gunning down Crimea. Does that mean that Nogai won't get involved? No, it means Nogai will get involved, but the Ottomans cannot take manure. So, if Nogai get beaten so hard that they won't help Crimea again, I should declare war on Crimea for Mansur. There's a lot I need to do, and I don't have the diplomats to do it, but let's go for it. Jake went to sleep during the Yu-Gi-Oh game. How did that go? I started to warm up towards it halfway through when I started to get the basics, but then the game kept pulling something, going, haha, I have a card that completely changes the rules and now you're dead. Which is less than enjoyable for me. None of these are suitable allies, rivals for me, rather. Means I don't get power projection. Too bad. Whew. Our emphasis on a strong aristocracy has given the nobility means to serve in the army. What a good read. Now, I don't want these Serbians rising up, so let's try to keep their revolt risk away. I still say revolt risk, even though it became unrest aeons ago. The Great Horde separatists don't want to rise up, which is great. They will eventually. Well, actually, if I increased autonomy in Lower Don and Bakhmut, they wouldn't rise up at all. And we're capped on 25 autonomy anyway. That might be a good deal. But they would just go into somebody else's territory anyway. It doesn't really matter, does it? Chat Muscovy. Sure, the impact on me is minimal. And I've already managed to expand my force limit by some. Can't wait until the Serbian menace has got... Well, actually, why don't we just lower the amount we pay for now to make a bit of dosh. Lovely. Sorry, burgers, you knew the risks. I ain't paying you 42 ducats for the 42? Barely make any money as it is. Okay. Now, I was thinking there's no way Muscovy would attack me with so much debt, but if they're going to attack Denmark and friends, they'll almost certainly attack me. On the other hand, they're going to lose those claims. If I get them friendly enough before that, they might not make more. But they'll probably make more. I can get 125, but that's going to go down by 32. So unless I have the prestige to insult one of their rivals, that's out the window. Hopefully I get one of those really nice plus 20 prestige events. I'd have to be at plus 3 stability if I wanted the good no corruption ones, and they are great. Jake, what did you do for inflation to explode like that? What, my inflation? It's not that explosive. Still, let's keep it down. Taking money in peace deals when you're very small really hurts your inflation. Oh, Portugal is going to attack Aragon in a war of aggression. That is bamboozling, but I think we can see why. Aragon is... I need information on this and stat. Because Aragon is allied to Hungary, and if Hungary get dragged in, they'll be weakened. If they give it up, they might get another troublesome alliance. But Aragon... Okay, Hungary's the only good ally you have. They're also overlording on Naples, so if they get truly bodied, Naples might be on the menu with no friends. Now, all of this might seem like pie in the sky idea, but it's possible. Okay, Hungary will almost certainly join in. That debt is all that's really keeping them away, so yeah, they'll get involved. Shame for me, but what you gonna do? We're gonna keep being friendly with Moldavia is what we're gonna do, and I really wish I had a level 1 diplomatic reputation guy. I don't want to spend money on you. Well, actually, you're pretty cheap because you're pretty old. I might temporarily grab you just to get Moldavia's marriage and possible alliance. But it has to be before I integrate Circassia. How can you say Hungary is the only strong ally if Aragon is also allied to Lucca? Why indeed? Because Lucca is already at war right now. They're busy. And also Portugal's going to drag in France and Castile, no doubt, so Hungary is about to get bodied. Thankfully, I have that truce with the Otto scum until, well, a decade from now. Still, Muscovy don't have a truce with me anymore. That's really troublesome. It's a shame that Hungary is going to help Aragon. Phew. Well, at least we're doing okay. No, Bosnia, I will not marry you. Circassia, on the other hand. I better do that soon. They don't like being under me. And they got better dip tech than me, which ain't helping. Papal State dishonored with Manly Mantua, but they still have England and Gelra on their side, so they're not an open target for me. Why are my boats just sitting around here? Probably because I'm not at war anymore. It's been drinking my sailors for a bit. Jake, if you don't give access to Otto, how will they kill Nogay? A compelling point. Neither side are getting access. Means they're going to have to sit in Crimea for a while, but it's probably beneficial to me that they slaughter Nogay. They don't want it, though. Oh well, if they ask for it, they'll get it. Circassia is granting it to both, so there is a way through for both. Lucky them. Alright, royal marriage is a few bits of... Chance, that gave me a scare. Jake, I take it you enjoyed Yu-Gi-Oh! So much that we'll be seeing returns in the near future? Hell no. And don't give away the idea that people put those up so that they would catch on like that. Worked for Xenonauts. Doesn't work for many. Am I just blind, or was Moldavia not showing up here? I was very blind. They're third in the list. Jake, can you grant it to Crimea and Nogay to allow the Ottomans through? No, they've already got a way through here. And nobody wants it. Wow. Trier want access. I don't see why not, especially if you're fighting Venice. Okay. Get marriage. That won't be enough for the alliance. For some reason they're assessing my naval strength. Oof. Thankfully we have a national idea for extra legitimacy, so I'll take the claim strength hit, but that's still a shame. Kosovo get. Excellent. I need that dosh. Now show me the gold, which is likely to cause quite a bit of inflation, but so what, it's gold. Hopefully I get the gold rush event. Well, actually it no longer is a flat amount. Very interesting to me is if we're ever at a state where Nogay will not protect Crimea. If that ever occurs, I need to attack Crimea. Got all of our cores done, which is good. I need to consider if I want to state this up. I'm actually running out of states. But this is right culture, right religion. And I probably will take this in the future, although you're still guaranteed by the Otto screw-offs. Wallachia is not. So if there was a situation where Hungary attacked Wallachia, I could get in for some of that. Which would be useful, would be very useful. I said I'd get that claim, but I'll get it later on. There's no hurry for it. Right now I need to pursue that royal marriage. I don't need to, but I want to. I want another ally that I can sell off to the Otto beasts. Attack what? The Ottomans are going to eat them. The Ottomans cannot take Mansour. They do not have the coring distance. Once they besiege Astrakhan fully, they'll be in a good position to make demands, and they're also in a good position to get Nagai out of that war. But I'm holding out for a bit more relation with you first. Which is probably a bad idea. You're not the priority here, but we'll do it anyway. At least it'll give Muscovy a reason not to fight me too. They don't want to fight an ally of their ally. Because what is an ally of your ally? It's not your friend. Damn, they took Astrakhan. I should really stop being greedy for something that doesn't matter. Dang. Need a bit more. If they placed Nagay under besiege, that would probably do it. The turn of the year. Ah, damn. Crimea ceded Yidishkal, moved their capital to Mansour, but maintained their alliance with Nagay. Being greedy for anything is the right type of greed. Yeah, a lot of that was undone because Nagay hate me so much. If they didn't hate me so much, you know, from all that aggressive expanding that I did, then I could have made my way in for Mansour. Which is worth considering because I still have a potential coalition from the Sunni powers around here. Crimea, Kazan, and Nagay could all do it to me. Yeesh. Not that Mansour is an enviable province, but still. It's land, and I need land. Actually, overdue some separatists around here. Don't want to increase the autonomy. But I mean, let's be honest. It's not a big loss, and I don't want to eat those rebels right now. And I'm already under force limit, even if that managed to bring it down, which it did not. Okay, Moldavia, you like me enough to marry me? That won't be enough for this, but it might make you friendly, in which case we could get an alliance. I'm going to take a risk on that. The risk also is that I go over my relation limit. I'm 4 out of 4. Jesus, why do I have you as an ally? Get the hell away from me, Georgia. I want your land, man. God, that could have been bad. Imagine that. Kiyunlu attacked Georgia. I'd be forced to either defend them or lose loads of prestige. There's no way now I'd defend them, let's be honest here. Alright, now this may make them consider themselves friendly to me, but it doesn't matter. That's enough to get the alliance. Who would have thought we'd come to the day where I am scrambling for a Moldavian alliance? I got a look of disgust on my face. Unadulterated disgust. I don't have military tradition to lose. So, farewell. Munster, everybody's giving up on England because the Ottomans are going for Genoa. That puts you at war with France, surely. France, Freyr, Württemberg, the Knights. How can I use this? The Ottomans are going to take both those provinces, and I really want Azov. But I'm not going to get Azov, let's face it. I'd have to... No, they'd all beeline for me and not the Ottomans, let's be honest here. And I don't have a... Attack the Turk, obviously. Sure, I'll break truce on an enemy that will break me in response. I don't think so. I need to get this before I integrate Circassia. That's pretty very important. Alright. Just give it a little bit. I wonder if the Ottomans are making other claims over here. That would be awesome, but they're not. They got plenty of claims as it is. Hang on, why do they not take Karaman? Well, they vassalized Karaman. That could be useful because it keeps them low on diplomatic alliances that they can further sign. Ugh, goodbye my dream of having Azov. And it was my dream. Come on now. Next month, surely. I could always puff out my chest a bit more, and all things measured up, I probably should. Jake, take the Splendor bonus for subject transfer and steal Crimea from the Otto friend. Crimea? I think you're mistaken in a number of points there. Alright, do I work on Muscovy? Probably not, I wouldn't be able to get them above 100 and they still hate my guts. But I got myself an ally, so whoop-de-doo. How about a cannon, Jake? No. Maybe later, but not right now. Whoever their subject is. Their subjects are Karaman and Ramazan, but you know that would kill me. You're doing some advanced form of trolling. Well, Crimea wouldn't help you, Nagai, but Nagai would help Crimea. But only because they hate me. If they didn't hate me, they wouldn't save Crimea. Unfortunately, getting them to not hate me is a bridge too far. Well, I'm about to integrate Circassia, and with that comes new and interesting opportunities. One of them is to attack Georgia. Cyprus would get involved. I'm not saying I fear Cyprus, I'm just saying let's not underestimate Cyprus. I could actually get you as a subject and get a whole lot of these delicious cores. I think Georgia lost their increased core creation costs, so that wouldn't be too shabby for me. But I think I'd rather just have it for myself than this. Also, that involves a lot of Ottoman pain. Maybe I should just take these two, because it seems like the Ottomans are not very keen on going through Karakayunlu. Can't imagine why they wouldn't. I mean, the Ottomans are about to get military tech 9. They'd wipe the floor with Karakayunlu and friends. Still, rather than make Georgia a subject, I think I'm better off just directly taking these delicious Orthodox provinces, especially one that's a natural harbour. So to that end... Oh right, I wanted to check Cypriot strength. Cyprus was going to defend them, we saw that much. The Cypriot army is 5,000 strong, but they can buff up to 11, but what is also important is the size of their navy. It's non-existent. Completely non-existent. Neither's okay, right. Then I can plonk my boats there and have them on the... have them dealt with. Excellent. Island nation with no boats. Who would have thought? Alright, we're expanding. Georgia should be a subject per the map, though. We're not worrying at all about the map until I've secured my survival. And given that we are surrounded in Otto green, my survival is not yet secured. Still want an opportunity to snipe Crimea's Mansour, though. Oh, damn. Well, if ever there was a time to attack Karakayunlu, it'd be now. Can't believe they went bankrupt on very hard mode. If and when you achieve this, will you make Client State or 2 and have the Iron Curtain states under your control? Oh yeah, we're going full-on Warsaw Pact here. I wonder, do I have an image that sums up what I'm kind of looking for here? I'm sure I do. I'm certain I do. Where is it? Excuse the camera panning around. There we go. That's what we're talking about. I want Europe to look something like this when I'm done. That might mean a lot of the states are made towards the end game, but I just want to have something that looks like that. Probably in blue instead of red, though, because you know it's the big blue block. All right, away you go. Back to the game. Shirvan into claims in Iran is also a possibility. It is. I should probably be looking at... what is that? Poland is gunning down the Muscovites. Damn, here I am claiming Stalin's home when I should be really going for the heart of the matter. Poland, please. We could rule together.